each other. Small hands cling to their mother. I can feel your heart from behind these bars. Small voices talk to each other. Small hands cling to their mother. I can feel your heart from behind these bars. I can feel your heart from behind these bars. I can feel your heart from behind these bars. I can feel your heart from behind these bars.
Hello guys, how is everyone doing today? Hope you're all having a good day. Welcome to stream number 263 today on the 3rd of March 2018. Hello there to Seahawk and anyone else who is there in chat right now. Let me know if, well, the music just went off, but let me know if the music volume levels and all that are good and you can hear me fine over it. But yeah, hope everyone's doing good. As you can see right now, we are loaded up in the sim today. And you can see the beautiful Swissair MD82 here right in the snow down in Milan. Today is where we are at. As you can see, the visibility is pretty crap, so low-vis procedures. You can see the Emporio Armani hangar right about there. And yeah, it's gonna be a fun day, man. Gonna be a fun day. Today we're gonna be flying on the VATSIM event, the VA meetup. Event organized by vACC Switzerland, the VA meeting C and B scene event, which is going on today from 1300 Zulu till 2100 Zulu on VATSIM. And if you take a look on VATSPy right now, you will see that they're already up and running, and you know, everyone's good to go there. There you can see we have Switzerland radars on, Zurich approach, Zurich delivery, which is being controlled by one and only Seahawk right here, and the few departures and a few arrivals coming in already as we speak, and there's about 2 leaving Milan right now. Portuguese TAP 9138 to LPPR, which I believe is Portugal's main airport, and then there's Swiss 623, which is going to be us flying to Zurich up north. Should be a short 40-minute flight from Milan to Zurich, and then we're going to do another flight from Zurich out south towards Nice. So that's the plan for today. 2 trips on board for this event, the VA meeting, from 1300 Zulu to 2100 Zulu, 2 flights in the aircraft Hotel Bravo India November X-Ray. Again, livery thanks to Seahawk Gaming there. It's pretty much a work in progress, but he was kind enough to lend us his work in progress version of the livery, and I would say he does a pretty good job there. Pretty convinced with this livery, and looks damn good. Just needs to be a little bit more, I guess, refined with the weathering and all that. But other than that, looks decent, man. I forgot to mention, if you can still use the cone instead of the stab tail or the Swissair MD80s, flew with the cone. I actually looked that up. I googled the pictures of HBINX, and it looks like they had the flat. They had the flat or by the 90s. Like at the back there, if you look at the tail, see, it's already the flathead one. It's no longer the cone one. Again, it's hard to see without having to like zoom in a lot, but they probably got them retrofitted, like here. It's already a flathead on INX, and this is a picture from, not sure when, but yeah, they did have it retrofitted, so it depends. In the 80s, originally they probably did come with the cones, and then Swissair opted to get those changed. Like here you go, the cone right there. Opted to get those changed to the flat. Yep, it must have been a retrofit, exactly. 82s didn't come with these. They were retrofits, definitely. This is 1994 already, and you can see it has the flat tail already, so yeah. Guess American and Delta were not the only ones to do it. But anyways, both work. I mean, just depends on which era you fly it from, I guess. What I do notice though, your paint is for the cone one, and hence you can see this, it goes off a little bit, so you can see the paint kit that you used is definitely the cone, hence it looks a little bit weird, but oh well. Both work, doesn't matter. But anyways, our plan for today, yeah, we're gonna start with Swiss 623. This was an actual flight from the 1994 Swissair schedule. They flew this flight, Swissair 623, from Milan to Zurich, and we're going to be flying this on the MD82 today, and our scheduled arrival time is 13:27 Zulu, so we should get out of here in about the next 15 minutes if we are going to make that arrival slot. So let's get this aircraft started and up and on the way. I already have it loaded up by the load manager. I have my brief out from PFPX, which I have printed out and kept in front of me. But if you do want to check it out, what it is all about, you can do so right here. There you go. You can go to my Google Drive and grab it from there. It should be right there, Swiss 623. And there's also our route for today. Hello there, Haruna. Our route for today, not yet. You gotta wait a few minutes, but it will show up there as well. Okay. So anywho, let's go ahead and get the aircraft started. So battery power on and lock. And before I did that, I probably should have checked. Flaps, slats up, retracted, throttles idle, fuel levers cut off. Speed brake disarmed, pneumatic cross feeds, both closed, auto brake is disarmed and off, hydraulic pumps all off, gear down selected. Won't get any indication lights at the moment. Fuel tanks are all off, starter pump is off, any icing is all off, pitos are off, emergency lights are off right now. And on the battery we should have 25 volts minimum. We have just a little bit over. All good there. And now we can go ahead and ask them to connect the external power now. So intercom and talk to ground crew.
Yes, sir. Connect the GPU, please. Stand by.
Rep Aruna. I'm using FS Dream Team for Zurich, and for Milan here we're using what's their name? Damn it! Forget.
GPU connect.
Jetstreams. That's the one. GPU connected. Okay, thank you. You can go ahead and connect air conditioning as well,
Air, please.
so that it warms up the cabin. The cabin's below 0 degrees right now, as you would imagine. It's snowing out. So yeah. Before we connect external power, let's verify we have more than 400 hertz. Yep, and 115 volts. Yep, checked. Put external power on bus. On left bus. And on right bus. And we got load. Okay, good. System should all power up. Go down here and turn up our PFD and ND. Nice and snowy out there. Get rid of the yoke. It's not in my way as much. Turn those digitals all the way up. Required. Should be good there. Okay, we won't turn on the APU as yet. Ground air conditioning is coming in, and we have no control over it, but it is, as you can see, brought the cabin temperature up from 0 or whatever it was to about like 12 degrees right now, and should bring it up a little bit more. Hopefully the air is hot enough. We'll open that, and it doesn't matter whether or not we have the supply on and off, because it is coming externally and we have no control over it. Okay, that is set. We're gonna go ahead and turn the emergency lights to on now. Open up the doors. Gee, let's not open up the stairway because GSX will give us one. Set up parking brakes. Just catering first. 88 Lee will do, sure. Surveyor, sure.
PA and emergency light test.
Emergency lights okay.
Okay, emergency lights okay. Turn that off. And off it goes. First flight of the day checks. Let's go ahead and do those. Start with the FMS there. And before we do that, we want to move this to the map mode on both sides. Okay. And then let's go ahead and start with the GPWS test.
Lights low. Pull up. Terrain. Terrain.
Yes, it is. All FS Dream Team airports are compatible with V4. Okay, lights go out and GPWS tested. Go ahead and do the wind shear test.
Headwind, shear,
Hello.
headwind,
Wind
shear,
wind shear.
headwind, shear.
Red.
Tailwind, shear, tailwind,
Check.
shear, tailwind, shear.
Turn those on for now. The flood's on, logo lights are required. Let's do some stall tests. This would actually activate the stick shaker, and you press this to stop the stick from shaking. But you can't do that in the sim. Check Mach speed. Warning test.
Overspeed. Overspeed.
System 1 and 2 checked.
Overspeed.
Okay. The Mach trim compensator on normal. ICE FOD test should be in up and 4 lights. Yep. System in up and FOD alert checked. Back reset now. Sweet. All that is tested, and what else? I'm not gonna do anti-skid tests. Takes a while, and we're getting late already, as usual. Engine sync selector is off. Fire tests.
Fire left engine.
Oops.
Fire left engine. Fire right engine. Fire left engine. Fire right engine. Fire left
Mute
engine.
doesn't work.
Fire right engine. Fire left engine. Fire right engine.
Okay, that's it. And cargo overhead fire tests. Cool. Shut up now. Forward. Cargo fire light. Checked. Mid. Checked. And the mute works as well. Okay, check. All good there. We should do a P8, a flight recorder test, but doesn't really matter too much. Oxygen tests, we can't do those. And yep, recording, working, checked. And you can erase that. All good. Okay. External power is on bus. Fuel tanks are off. Pitot selectors off. Windshield anti-ice can go on, so we can unfog these windows as they look terrible. Right now, GSX wants me to do something. Open the right forward door of Corda Catering, which we will do. Forward and aft service doors open together. Okay, get us a catering, and then we'll come down here. This to strobe might as well. Right now, it doesn't really matter because it doesn't really do anything until nose wheels off the ground and landing lights are all off. Selectors on normal, pitot static selector on normal. Map mode, I've got it set down to the lowest possible range. Data mode. Lights are set, floor lights not required. Clock's 12:39 Zulu, they're off by about 3 minutes. See if I can fix that. There we go, close enough. Okay, we'll leave it at that, and altimeter we will come back to in just a second. Fill in that FMS. Actually, what we should check is oil and hydraulic quantity. 16, 15, we need it to be more than 12. Hydraulic quantity we need more than 10. Checked, okay, all good. Temperature 2 and 3 degrees. Of the fuel, not below 0, so fuel heat not required. Fuel on board 6,600 kilos is what we require, and we have on board. Check. The rudder power control is powered and not on manual. The cabin pressure valve selector is on auto. Fuels are cut off, flaps are stowed up, selected and indicated. And our comm frequencies will come back to right side pneumatic crossfeed is open, ready for that engine start to take off now. Comm frequencies, this unit comm right now. Just Unicom required right now, so put that on active there. For ATIS, we can actually listen in voice ATIS from Active Sky, so let's do that right now and fill that information in and verify it matches what we have on the AOC. Reference airport is going to be GPS position reference airport is going to be Lima, India, Mike Lima, Milan. And we're going from Milan to Zurich. Sierra Zulu Hotel. Gonna be a pretty bumpy flight. Runway we're departing out of is 36. We are going direct to waypoint Cannes. Then from Cannes we're picking up the Zulu 561. 561. Oops. Zulu 561. Zulu 561. Okay. Zulu 561. I can't put that in there. Legit, let's try this again. To Cannes, and then Zulu 561. Well then. Put in the waypoints myself manually, I guess. Zulu 561 from Cannes, that is waypoint Detri, Delta Echo Tango Romeo India. North 46 and East 8. That one. Okay, from Detri, let's try it. It picks up the Zulu 651. That's from there, okay. 651 to Kelep. Just gonna pick it up from Cannes for some reason. Kelep. And activate from there. Will be Kelep to Golf into Zurich. And then runway close the forward aft service door. Yep. Will be the arrival for ILS 14 probably. Okay, that is closed. We'll go ahead and start boarding. Perfinite fuel on board is 6.6 and we're using the normal schedule. Zero fuel weight is 54.643, we'll verify. 4.643, yeah, 54.6. Checked, and gross weight should give us is 61.2. Checked. Reserves for today are 1.3 kilos plus 1.8. 1.8. 1,800 kilograms, 1.8 tons. Cruise altitude, flight level 180. Cruise winds, we have 239 at 15, which gives us a 1 knot tailwind. And outside air temperature, top of climb is minus 24. Transition alt is 6,000, I believe. Let's see, look at the chart for that. The Milan chart. On the Nikmo 5 Zulu, transition alt is 6,000, yep. Correct. Takeoff, 1 second before we do. Departure, runway 36 on the Nikmo 5 Zulu. Cannes 7 Bravo transition, execute, go to the route, verify that it reads correctly, so it should be straight ahead, runway heading to Mike Lima 501 after 800 feet, yep, then 502, then 503, then 504, then 505, 506, actually 504 direct to 506, and then Nikmo, and then from Nikmo to Cannes.
Please let us know if we may assist you. To
All good.
expedite the boarding process, please be seated as quickly
Alt
as
restrictions, we have 1,800 feet or above at 501, yep, at 502, 5,000 or above, flight level 85 or above at 503, 105 or above at 504, and at 506 135 or above. Yep, all checks out. Speed restrictions just 250 below 10,000, and which is what it has fed in as well, which is all good. What we should tune into is India Lima November Tango for DME readouts while we're flying out. So we will tune into 109.55 and set it up on a course of 355, which is basically the ILS for runway 36. And we get a DME readout from it already. Perfect. FMS set. Go back to the climb. That is fine. On cruise, we want.
Ladies and gentlemen,
I just calculated that is okay. Head array, takeoff, and we get our takeoff speeds now. I'm gonna do a flex. So flaps 15 at 62,000. Let's use those weights. We get on a wet runway V1 of 125, rotate of 139. V2 of 146. We retract flaps at 161 knots, 192. We can retract slats as well, and looking for a clean maneuver speed of 239, which will be our target, initial target. I'll dial on right here, 239. Set the speed bugs up, just left click, and it should already put in for us the V1, the V2, the flaps retract and slats retract, and our bug is at maneuver. Clean maneuver speeds, this we want to set to 355 for the initial climb out, and the initial climb altitude is so it requires a 9% climb gradient. It doesn't say, we'll just put in 18,000. There's no limits below anyways. It says as assigned by ATC, so we'll arm 18, turn the flight directors on. There we go. 18 is armed, 355 is set, 239 is set. Stat, takeoff 180, that is to be expected, good. Bus rating, we'll just use takeoff 1.94 ETR, that is fine. ART will remain on auto because we are not using a flex. All good. Well, here we can just go to the menu, grab our weathers, and our alternate will be
all cellular telephones and other portable
Echo Delta Sierra November.
Additionally, we require that all passengers keep their seatbelts fastened at all times while seated and any time pressing seatbelt signs. For everyone's safety, regulations require your compliance with all lighting signs, placards,
Sierra November.
Once again, welcome aboard.
Okay, Milan Matar, current Matar is at 12:20 Zulu. Okay, 30 minutes ago. There's our load sheet. What's changed? Our takeoff fuel is 663. Okay, zero fuel weight is 54. Yep, there's what we expected. And takeoff weight is 6943. Yep, okay, good. Nothing's changed. Takeoff trim of 12.2, which we will dial in just a second. It's already selected 12.2 at flaps 15, the long trim of that, which we will set. But anyways, Milan at 12:20 Zulu, winds 350 at 4, visibility is down to 900 kilometers only. Wait, what? No. What am I saying? Not 900 kilometers. 0.9 kilometer. Runway 36.8 right now. Yeah, check the RVR for departure. There's snow, broken at 300 feet, broken at 1,200 feet, temperature 1, dew point 1, QNH 999. And there's the chime telling us cabin is secure. So they're all seated back there and good to go. Okay, niner. 99er set, airport elevation should be 353, which it reads about just barely so good, and that should have already been set. And on Zurich we expect Nation 995. Gotta convert, actually no we don't, never mind. 995. 995 and airport elevation of 1417, so right about there-ish. Okay, that should get rid of that. Then I entry there since everyone's seated and everything good to go. Turn the seatbelt signs on. Go ahead and turn our anti-collisions on. Put the right forward fuel pump on. Make sure it turns on, yep. And we'll turn the APU on now. Start the APU connected, then disconnect ground power, and then get ready to push. That should just about cover us, and let's grab voice ATIS as well. Just gonna go squawk 1000. And on standby, alt off. Those booty steps. We'll also ask them to disconnect the ground air conditioning once the APU is going. APU is starting up. You can see the black exhaust coming out from the right side there. If you look closely enough, I'm going to shut the music down, that way you can hear more of the sounds of the aircraft itself. Because I'm sure that's what you want to hear, not just music. Okay, APU is running, EGT good, and APU power is available. Let's check it out. 115 volts, 400 hertz, exactly perfect. Put APU on bus. Left side has load and full load. Internal power has no load on it. Good. Disconnect, and the external power bus is off. And ask him to disconnect all.
Yes, sir. You're clear to disconnect. Thanks.
Okay, please disconnect. Turn all the fuel tanks on now. Fuel heat not required. And now we'll have engine NEIS on departure because of what's happening here, and we'll probably need to get de-ice right now as well from GSX. Turn yaw damper on, and anti-skid will go on after we're done with pushback. APU air can come on, so I can keep the cabin heated. Right side supply is auto. All set for takeoff, I believe. Let's run through the checklist quick, I guess. Sure. And actually, since it is such a short flight, I'm going to fill in the arrival as well. Might change later, but I'm going to fill it in right now anyways. Zurich arrival, LS14 on the Quebec to Gulf from Jipol. Execute. I have $80 to spend on a commercial aircraft. Which any suggestions what to get? VATSIM, Taco? VATSIM. APU's on ground connections have been removed. Internal power is showing off as well. APU air is on, and you can go ahead and request GSX to prepare for the push and start. Request de-icing, yes. Let's go quickly. We are about half an hour late. We blame it on the snow. We need to be there at 13:27 Zulu, which I doubt we will be because it takes 35 minutes. So we'll be like about 10-20 minutes late overall. probably. Explain 11. Okay, I have no idea then. Sorry. Maybe someone in chat will be able to help you. I don't use explain myself, so I wouldn't be able to tell you, honestly. But anyways, cockpit crew checks. AHRS alignment verified. FMS set and cross-check. Emergency lights are armed. Cabin signs both on. Windshield anti-ice and anti-fog switches can both go on now. Engine sync selector should be off, which it is. Stall warning. Swissair air conditioning shutoff is on auto. Air conditioning shutoff. Yep. Fire protection systems tested. Fuel quantity 6.6 tons on board, and fuel is balance checked. Altimeter set 999er and reading about 350. Fuel shutoff levers are off both, and cabin pressure lever is on auto. Cockpit crew checklist completed, but before start checks please. Parking brake is set. Pneumatic pressure.
Confirm aircraft is ready for treatment.
1 second. Yep, type 4 at 50% please.
We begin treatment
Slow
now
and
and
hard.
observe fluid type 4 concentration at 50%. I will call you back when ready.
Alright, we'll stand by. But yeah, before start pneumatic pressure we'll come back to, because we have the supply switch on auto or the right for the cabin heat there, so that will give us not enough pressure for start. We will turn it off once we are done with the pushback and good for engine start. And the collision lights are on. APU is on normal. APU condition supply switches. Preconditioned supply switch is on, so stand by on turning that off. Pneumatic crossfeed right side is open. Thrust levers are idle, and before start checklist completed. All we do now is wait. Snowing hard in Milan. But yeah, we are right now on stand 1. We'll taxi straight out. Actually, we don't need a pushback. Why did I request a pushback? Just, we can taxi straight out, actually. We'll see what it does. If it wants to push me back, I'll let it, but otherwise we can normally push straight out from here. And low-vis taxi route for going to runway 36 would be straight out.
Icing and anti-icing completed. Anti-icing code is fluid type 4 concentration at 50%. I am disconnecting. Good day.
Alright, thank you, good day. Noted. And our holdover time of 35 minutes begins now. We have to depart in 35 minutes, or we need to get an de-icing treatment. Okay, yeah, about 0 degrees Celsius out there. Okay, let's see what GSX does. De-icing completed, and I don't think it's going to push me back actually, because it's a straight out departure gate. Departure without pushback, let's select that. We can start engines now, okay. Go ahead and start the engines. Supply switch to off, APU air on. Verify we have more than 32 PSI, which we do, we have about 40 something. All good. Fuel tanks are all on. And we can go ahead and start the right side engine. Ignition selector to both. Oops. Right start valve open. N2, got oil pressure. N1, that's good. EGT is rising just a bit. Wait for the stabilizer over a minimum of 20%. Should be around 22%. Yep, we're going to introduce the fuel. Okay, all good. We have more than 30% N2 stabilized. Right start valve closed. Right pneumatic crossfeed closed. And left pneumatic crossfeed open. Starting left. Left start valve open. N2. EGT was moving a little bit. Gotta wait for N1. Gotta have a little bit. Yep, good. All pressure is good. Thank you for the host, Coley, and hello everyone. Welcome. 22% into. Introduce some fuel. HT N1. All pressure warning lights off. Left generator on bus. MD82 didn't exceed 420. N2 stable above 30%. Start valve closed. And we'll turn that off. Need ignition selectors to both. Captain side pitot selector to on. Emergency lights are there. A lot of seatbelt signs are set. And engine anti-ice can go on now. Supply switches can both go on. Leave the APU air on. APU will leave on until after departure. It's so damn cold. We'll heat up, help with the heating up, and actually go ahead and turn on the airfoil. And the skids can go to arm now. Yeah. And all we have right now is APU gen off and airfoil ice pressure up normal. Doing good, man. You're doing good as well. Just about to depart route from Milan, snowy Milan, heading out to Zurich on the Swissair MD82. Okay, this all checks out. All good here, I think. So, after start checklist. Engine ignition selector is on. Pitot static selector on captain side. Airfoil and engine NEI switches are on and required. Air conditioning supply switches are on auto. Burn and heaters checked off. Hydraulic system on high on set. And the overhead panel warnings are to be expected except for the airfoil ice pressure. I'll come back to that in a moment. And then the taxiing checklist. APU air switch is on. TRC thrust rating computer set to takeoff 1.94 EPR, and ART is on auto and guarded. V-speed bugs are set. We have a V1 of 125, rotate 139, and V2 of 146. Checked. Flight instruments and FGS. Flight instruments are set. FGS is set. 18,000 initial climb, 355 runway heading, 239 in maneuvering speed, and 180 is armed, and takeoff is selected. Checked. Flight controls. Okay, let's do that. Tested and free. Okay, let's get rid of that now. I had to host you because I finished 2 long sectors on the MD11. Damn nice. Obviously I had to host another MD driver. Keep it in the family. Thank you for your follow, by the way. Spaghetti14. Welcome to Aviation Hub. Thank you, man. Spaghetti, thanks for the love. Thank you, Cody, for your host once again, man. Really appreciate that. Okay, taxiing checklists. Where were we? FMS is set. Cross-check. Flight controls tested. Flaps and slats. I can extend the slats now. And select flaps 15. And we can set the trim. The green band. I need to buy the Maddog. You most certainly do, man. It's an amazing aircraft. A little bit of bugs that I'm sure will get fixed over time. But the biggest issue I only had with it was the sounds. Again, it might be realistic, but for my liking, it felt a little bit quiet, so I replaced it with the TSS sound pack, and it sounds a lot better. For the engine sounds, that is. Anyways, trim is set. We got flaps 28 selected for some reason. Pushed a little bit too much, I guess. Okay, 15 selected, indicated takeoff blue, and that is checked. Auto brakes to takeoff and arm those. Slats armed, and the red band is showing. Takeoff briefing performed, cabin report obtained, and taxiing checklist completed. Brakes released. And we can reset that caution. Yep, that's fine. Smooth. Keep it below 1.1 EPR, should be enough to keep rolling. Idle power taxi for us today. Turn those nose lights on, and probably should have checked left and right is clear, but it looks so. Except for that car that went through us. Never mind that. Yeah, idle that power again. And low vis taxiing out to runway 36. So it's straight out on Delta here. We make a right onto Fox, which is to our right just now. And then we'll take Tango all the way down to the holding point for runway Tango 1 for runway 03 right. Gotta watch out for these buses and stuff, man. Hello, Steppy. I have the TSS sound back for the MD11. Nice. I have no sound at the moment. Okay, cool. It looks amazing though, yeah it does. And thank you to Seahawk there for creating this livery for us. It's a work in progress. We're not really done with it yet. But it looks pretty damn good, in my opinion. Paint kit just came out 2 or 3 days ago, so yeah, did a pretty good job with it. Within a day. Okay, we are on Tango verified. I should probably pay attention. And rolling. बाद में ले लूँगा आपको चाहिए Okay, 1 second guys. Sorry about the weird taxiing, doing multitasking at the moment. Hard to do. Don't worry about me taxiing like a drunkard. Okay, really can't see much out there. And if this was anything like real life, we probably would have had taxi lighting on right now, and it actually shows on the chart, so we should have had that on, but oh well. I also didn't check when we actually left off the blocks, but let's just say 3 minutes ago, so 13:08 Zulu. Yep, 13:08 Zulu off blocks, and we are right now. Oops, why do I apologize, I don't normally taxi like this. It's hard to multitask. Looking down, not paying attention to where I'm going. Probably should do that. But I was, yeah, what I was trying to note down was fill in my operational flight plan. And we are about 30 minutes late right now. Which is not good. We missed our slot time. And 30 minutes is all I had between this and the next flight back down to Nice from Zurich. So let's see how that all goes now. I've seen about 18 knots, which is just about okay. Maximum permissible is 20 and then turns 9 knots. Recommended by McDonnell Douglas on their manual. Okay, we should be reaching the holding point now. Small pump of the brakes should get us slowed down enough for a turn. Okay, verify no traffic's on short final or anything. Nope. All good there. And then we'll take the runway. Don't see anyone on Unicom either, so that's fine. Okay, before takeoff checks. Takeoff data confirmed 1.94 EPR and V-speeds are set. Fuel balance is checked to be about 25 kilos off, that's fine. Brake temperatures. The FO side, red overheat light is off below 200 degrees Celsius. Checked. Engine ignition selector is set to both. Yep. Engine overhead and annunciator panel is set. We have rudder travel unrestricted and the engine NEIs both open. A TCAS, we want to set that up. TCAS, TARA tilted above, weather radar is on, and on his side we'll put on the terrain. Okay, and before takeoff checks completed, next up is just the after takeoff, so let's go. Let's go. At 1.4 EPR, then arm on throttle. Actually, I'm going to go ahead and turn APU air off and turn the APU off as well. Okay, 1.4 EPR, thrust stable, everything looks good. Brakes released, arm on throttle.
Takeoff thrust set.
Checked. We're rolling. Airspeed alive.
Clear.
Checked.
Ladies and gentlemen, if I could please have your attention to the use of important safety information. In preparation for departure, be certain your seatbelt is straight
Seems
on.
legit.
Tray table is
Announcements.
straight, carry-on items in case of accumulating the seat
V1.
belt. For everyone's safety, regulations require compliance with all lighted signs, placards, and written instructions. To fasten your seatbelt, place the metal fitting into the buckle and adjust the straps so it positive brace your hips.
Gear up.
Turn the piece, lift the faceplate up. Please read the safety instruction part of the seat buckle fitting. It explains the safety features of this aircraft as
Gear
well
up.
as the
Lights
location,
out.
navigation, and exits and rotation devices. Your seat cushion serves as an improved flotation device. To
1100, set
pull
climb
up and
power.
take a move to the nearest suitable exit. After exiting the aircraft, place your arms through the straps and then push to your chest. There are 8
Climb
emergency
thrust
exits
set.
aboard the aircraft. 2-door exits at the front of the cabin, 4 overhead exits, 1-door exit and 1 tail exit at the rear of the cabin. Take a moment to locate your nearest exit, keeping in mind that it may be behind you. If there is a loss of electric supply, low-level emergency lights
And
will be
1,800 feet,
all
checked.
exits are
Arm nav
indicated with exits
and
on
VNAV.
low-level. In case of a loss of cabin pressure, oxygen mask will be released from overhead. To start to fill oxygen, reach up and pull the mask towards you, fully extending the plastic tube. Place the mask over your nose and mouth and slip the elastic band. Pull the tab on either side of the mask.
Check, flaps out.
The plastic bag does not need to inflate when oxygen is full. Be sure to secure your mask first before assisting others. As a reminder,
Flaps zero.
smoking is not permitted in any area of the aircraft at that time. Tampering, disabling, or destroying the laboratory smoke detector is prohibited under law.
Slats up.
On behalf of the flight crew, welcome aboard. We hope you enjoy your flight.
Slats retract.
Hard time climbing. After takeoff checks. Brake temperatures checked. And landing gear up, lights out. Auto brake is off and disarmed. Flaps and slats up, retracted, lights out, auto brakes disarm, speed brake lever disarmed, engine ignition selector as required. If you have any ISO on, we'll leave the ignition selectors to both. And the center fuel tanks not required, we have no fuel on them. And after takeoff, checklist complete, below the line. Good evening, Valkyrie. Climbing all the way up to 18,000 still. Should we have traffic to move overhead us? Right there. Nice. And there's us. We can make poking our head over all these bad weather clouds and stuff. And we are descending. Oops. Don't want that. I'm flying it myself for now. And above transition already set to 1013. Actually, I'm autopilot. Set cross check passing 9,500 now. Yep. All good. And after takeoff, check is below the line. Altimeter is 1013 set, and after takeoff, checks completed. Sweet. Just like that, we're all set and off to Zurich. Estimated arrival time at the moment 1403 Zulu. We are 37 minutes late behind the schedule. Oops. Standard Twitch Air there, right? Kappa. Anyways, 1308, and then we took off at 1317 about 5 minutes ago, yep. Okay, we are reaching ML506 right now, where we should have been FL135, which we are not making at the moment. We need to climb a little bit faster. And turn those off. Hydraulic pumps to low, and transfer and auxiliary to off. About to make the Alps out right there. Gonna have us reaching our top of climb too well. Looks of it. Anywho, progress page, we're crossing Nikmo at 1324, which is 1 minute from now. 8 minutes into the flight. We should have been there 8 minutes into the flight, so that's all looking good, and we should have had 5.6 on board. We will actually have 5.4, I guess. So we're burning up 200 kilos more than expected, but that is okay because we are carrying 1,400 kilos of extra fuel already, so it should be fine. Imagine this to be all snowed in right now. The snow below us, but whatever. Climbing on up to cruise, 3,000 to go. Our cruise alt is flight level 180. And we got a contact me from Swiss radar 12805. Swiss radar, good afternoon. Swiss 623 inbound Cannes, climbing flight level 180.
Swiss 623, Swiss radar, good day, squawk 6775.
Squawk 6775 for Swiss 623. Oops. 775 in the box, and we are cruise alt, set to cruise power. FMS speed, VNAV level, and TAF track checked.
So 623, high 75, maintain flight level 180, cleared Kelly 2 Golf arrival.
Maintain flight level 180, cleared the Kelly 2 Golf arrival for Zurich. Swiss 623. I was gonna say for what runway, but I realized he didn't clear us for one yet, so that's fine. We can go ahead and monitor ATIS and grab ATIS for Zurich right now to see how they're doing. Because again, it's a short flight. Our top of descent will be coming up pretty shortly, in about 20 minutes or so. 13:36. Yeah, 10 minutes. Top of descent, but my God, does this look beautiful or what? For Swissair advertisements right there. Anyways, ATIS 12572.
Agreed. 5 kilometers with cloud. View 900 feet. Broken 8,000 feet. Temperature 2 point -1 UNH 995. Prairie visibility 2,000 meters. Flight no cloud. Broken 500 feet. Advise on initial contact. You have information. Echo report. Aircraft type on initial contact with Zurich arrival. This is current information. Echo departure runway arrival runway 14 ILF. Transition level 15 map report current and time 1250 UEC wind 220 knots variable GP 15 and 320 visibility.
Sorry, say again for Swiss 623.
623, when ready, descent flight level 140 to be level at Moulton.
When ready, descend flight level 140 and level by Moset for Swiss 623.
Easy 75 Echo Yankee, contact arrival 118.0. Have a good landing, bye-bye.
14,000 by Moset. Calculate my top at descent accordingly. And dial in 14,000 here. And arm that, so at top of descent, you'll start putting us down to 140. I really need to grab ATIS. Okay, information, echo current, arrival runway is 14. So we have ILS 14 tuned in, which is correct. Transition level is 75. Winds 220 at 4. Varying between 150 and 320. Visibility 5 kilometers. Mist clouds at 900. Broken at 8,000. Temperature 2. Dew point -1. QNH 9er and 9er 5. As initial contact, you have information echo aircraft type initial contact with Zurich arrival. Okay. Forgot to do that. My bad. Okay, 14,000 by MOSIT, and we can go ahead and get our approach speeds now and fill in our descent forecast real quick. Our descent forecast is condition level is 75. At 140. At 140 at 100. And at 070, which is 7,000 feet.
Swiss 39er, descent flight of 130.
030.
Descent flight level 130, Swiss 39er.
258 at 20. 242 at 16. 215 at 11. And 152 at 4.
Swiss 39er, contact Zurich arrival 118.0. Have a good landing. Bye-bye. Zurich arrival 118.0. Swiss 39er, see you later. See ya.
Okay, your top of descent is way off, so I'm going to put in a descent now. Level 14,000 by MOSIT. And so 623 beginning descent.
623, thank you for information.
I'm in a different sim right now. What are you in? Explain. Also, anyone in chat flying in as well? Not crosswind right now. Okay. We want to tune in to Clockton 11485. We are 38 miles from the airport, okay. And then the ILS 414 we will also tune in right now, 111.75. Checked. And ref for arrival, flaps 28 will be 140. And we will verify as well. Our landing weight is going to be 4.4 estimated, 500 kilos less than our current gross weight, which is 59. So we'll actually use the 60,000 weights just to be safe. Which gives us right there our speed restriction. So there's a maneuvering speed with flaps up, slats up at 235, so clean maneuvering speed right there. 184 is our maneuvering speed for slats extended, flaps up. 160 for flaps 15, slats extended. And then our landing speed of 146, approach of 150. And it has those bugs set. Cool. We are at 14,000. We are not going to MOS it for some reason. So I am going to put it direct to MOS it now. And then engage nav once again. It's doing a poor job of doing it itself.
So 623, descent flight level 130.
Descending flight level 130, Swiss 623.
So 623, contact arrival 118.0. Have a landing, bye-bye.
Zurich arrival 118.0 for Swiss 623, thank you, have a good day, bye.
Likewise, bye.
Zurich arrival, hello.
Zurich arrival, bird.
Never mind. Rip. Oh, you're a truck.
Transmission damage 56 left heading 360.
Never mind. Spoke to two people at once.
Left heading 30, fly Foxtrot. Zurich arrival, Swiss 3902. Confirm you gave us a maintainer heading before. Yeah, you shoot for heading before. Continue present heading. Zurich arrival speedbird 22 Bravo 5000. Adventure Zurich Bravo departure, calling back shortly. 229, continue present heading, respect. Ready to continue present heading north. Adventure Zurich Bravo, climb flight level 120. Climb flight level 12, speedbird 22 Bravo.
Zurich arrival, Swiss 623, type MD82 with the information echo. Inbound Caleb 2 Golf, flight level 130.
623, arrival, hello, expect pilot, summit 14.
Expect 14, thank you. Yep, we're ready for that.
That's heading 030 down to 67, Swiss Piano. German Sky for Foxtrot, for the left heading 320. 320, this for Foxtrot.
Descent checks, approach and landing briefing completed, and I did it in my head, no time to go through it. Landing data confirmed. Speed bug set, radio altimeter, we gotta set that.
Hold 1.25, decimal 325,
4,000, and intercept and 200.
Speed 22 Bravo, contact radar 128, decimal 050. 128, decimal 05, bye-bye, speedbird 2 Bravo. 3, reduce speed to 230.
Lots of traffic below us right now.
623, reduce speed to 230.
Reduce speed 230 knots is 623. 230.
239. 7 Sky 6 for Foxtrot, East 240. Sure, G4 Jump Sky 484 Fox.
Going to be passing right over the airport, head out left to Gipol.
40 knots. Yes, confirming. G4 40 knots, G4 Foxtrot.
Please find speed brakes to help it out. .200 is set, and hydraulic systems high on. Pressurization is set, descent checklist completed. Next up is our checks. 5135.
So 623, descent flight level 100.
Descending flight level 100, Swiss 623. 100. Right overhead Zurich. Noise. Targeted to 220, that way it'll maintain 230, because right now I've targeted to 230 and it's maintaining 240-ish. So yeah. That should cover it. That
So you can see the present head of the Algebra, Terminal 14. So 623, complete present heading, vector on approach, Terminal 14.
Continue present heading, Swiss 623. Okay, my bad. I didn't listen to him. Heading select, maintain present heading. 267. We'll get a vectors onto the ILS, descending 10,000, almost there. $700 to go, check.
First confidence to the 711 with your copy 4,000 for 5,000.
Road checks, cabin signs are on, fuel system. Altimeters, we'll get back to approach checks complete.
So 623, descent 7, altitude, QNH 995.
Descend 7,000 feet, QNH 995, Swiss 623.
Ladies and gentlemen, in preparation for landing, insert your seatbelt is straight up and your seatbelt is fastened. Secure your carry-on items, stow your children, and fasten any items to the side.
995 set, descending through 87, 4, 7,000 set.
623, turn right heading 3.
Right heading 300, Swiss 623.
Roger, flight heading 320.
Roger, right heading 320, 623, sorry about that.
Stabilizer motion.
Yeah, there we go, stabilizer motion.
711, for the 128.050. And 128.050, thank you.
Stand slats now.
Slats extended.
Help the aircraft out, should be meeting about 5 degrees now, yep. Right heading 075, Swiss 623.
623,
Right heading 090, Swiss 623.
So 623, contact channel 125.325, call sign only.
125325, call sign only, Swiss 623.
That's 539er, Zurich final.
Zurich arrival, Swiss 623.
So 623, Zurich final, hello, this is 6,000 feet, QNH 996.
Descend 6000, QNH 996, Swiss 623. Six set.
Lufthansa 539 with you. You have lose connection. Lufthansa 539, Zurich final, welcome back. Are you still you think you will make it? You're 1,000 behind? Yes, I think so. Lufthansa 539. Lufthansa 539, right turn heading 310, maintain 4,000 feet. Right 310, 4,000 feet. The 623, descended 4,000 feet, set out approach runway 14, right turn heading 110.
Descend 4,000 feet, turn right heading 110 and cleared ILS 14, Swiss 623. Heading select, arm the ILS, down to 4,000. Descend a little bit faster. Set it to go around EPR.
the 539, right, correction, left, and heading 300. 300, heading 300, Lufthansa 539. The 623, now speed restriction with report established.
Traffic, traffic.
No speed restriction will report established with 623. Oh, this. Traffic to my right, yellow only. Localize a track, waiting on the glide, keep the descent going.
Speed brake.
25.
Speed brake. Speed brake.
539, no right turn at 100, you cleared out. Which one? Right 100 and clear pilot approach 14.
Speed brake.
Lufthansa 539.
Speed brake.
623, number 1, land for the now 118.1, that's it on it.
1,000.
Speed brake.
Swiss 623 established ILS 14.
Tower on. The 623, change 1181.
1181, Swiss 623.
Delta Kilo 2905, Zurich Tower, good afternoon, line up runway 28. Line up runway 28, Delta Kilo 2905.
Tower, hello, Swiss 623, ILS 14.
Light slow. Light
Swiss
slow.
6222, Tower, clear to into 10 degrees 7 knots, runway 14, clear to land.
Runway 14, clear to land, Swiss 623.
Light slow. Light slow. 500.
Delta Kilo 2905, winds 210 degrees 7 knots, runway 28, cleared for takeoff. Clear for takeoff, runway 28, Delta Kilo 2905.
Sync rate.
Swiss 34 quickly, tower grid to middle on, behind departing 737, runway 28, line up runway 28 and wait behind.
Light slow. Light
I'm the
slow.
737, I'm still waiting for my CH64, okay.
20. 10.
Two in reverse. Reverse lights out.
Zurich Tower, Lufthansa 529, inbound.
Let's vacate Hotel 1.
Number 1 for Island.
Lufthansa 539 to the tower grid to continue approach.
Continue. Thank you. Authorize.
23, contact apron 121.750.
121750, Swiss 623, good day.
Delta Kilo 2905, contact arrival 118.0.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome. Please
Arrival
remain
on
seated and keep your seatbelts fastened until the fasten seatbelt sign
I
has
gave you
been turned
instructions a
off.
while ago. Can you read me fine?
Passengers continuing their
I'm
journey
going to go to
on
Alpha
another
53.
flight are staff for information regarding customs clearance and baggage, even if it is already tagged for its final destination. We wish you a
Yeah,
pleasant
talking about
stay
the Fox
and thank you for
Tower,
choosing our
one for
airline.
crossing. 1 for crossing. Katerina.
Ground, hello, Swiss 623, Hotel 1.
Swiss 623, hello, continue Juliet, approach off 128.
Continue Juliet, hold short 28 on Juliet, switch to 03. Okay, let's go.
Zurich, hold good, Swissair 404, we do request pushback those stairs. Can you call from again? Swissair 404, request pushback outpost.
Thank you, Atavi. That was an interesting approach there, but okay with the landing. All happened super fast. But that was fun. Now we gotta get out and head out to Nice. We're supposed to depart in 12 minutes. Our scheduled departure time, we're already running a little bit late, so let's see how that goes. Anyways, out on Juliet.
Boarding time 28, via November, Alpha, Lufthansa 148, Lima.
Hope you can hear me fine over all the audio and the controllers as well.
German Sky 6 for Foxtrot. Take the second left if you can connect and monitor tower 1181 for crossing. Actual second left and 1 for crossing, 6 for Foxtrot. And 2 Foxtrot is back on Foxtrot.
Okay, left looks clear, right. Aircraft heading opposite direction,
take a right
looks clear.
3, then echo all the way, then Mike to
Hold short 28.
Tango
Straight
5-4.
Shortest turnaround history incoming, yep.
Link 3 and then echo and then all the way down to Tango.
But man, there's a lot of traffic here at Zurich. That looks super legit, like Swissair, Zara, Condor, private jets, Qatar 777s. It is legit. Brakes are a little bit heated.
Mike, Foxtrot and Alpha 20 holding 28. Mike, Foxtrot and Alpha holding point runway 28 for the 203 Lima.
That off. Swiss 623 holding short 28 at Juliet.
623 tower 1181 for crossing.
Tower for crossing.
Right, thank you very much. Contact arrive 1187.
Yeah, nice that Seahawk painted it. Tower, hello again. Swiss 623 holding short 28 at Juliet.
Around the way to Juliet approved on the outside apron 11750.
Cross runway 28 at Juliet, and on the other side back to apron Swiss 623. Okay, crossing runway, left looks clear. Actually had to look, lots of traffic. Right looks clear. Let's cross.
Going to 121.75, the Lufthansa 5 correct, bye-bye.
And the gate I want to take is probably not available, so let's see.
Mike. We'll do that across cartoon, Mike, Catherine. Please make roll, good afternoon. 5, ready to push back and start up. 624, are you ready for taxi? Swissair 204, request taxi, right at 184. 204, taxi holding point 188, straight ahead in and Alpha.
Apron Swiss 623 Juliet short of Alpha, request taxi.
So 623, straight ahead, direct to stand Alpha 49er.
Straight ahead, Alpha 49er for Swiss 623, thanks. Okay, we got a A320 in our way though.
At Hotel 2, requesting taxi.
Okay, there you go. He moved, I was just waiting for him. I'm holding up traffic there as well. This is fun, yo. But he's moving, and we should be able to move.
Continue to
And we go to Alpha 49 here,
hold short,
which is literally straight ahead.
Right.
That one right there.
539, hold short, runway 28.
It's Lufthansa 529. Good afternoon. Alpha 475 and engage Alpha 55, ready to push back and start up. So 475, push and start up, move face east. Push and start, move facing east, 475. Request crossing 644, sir. Lufthansa 140, monitor tower 118.
Want me to stop here, so we'll stop here. Turn transponder off.
Lufthansa 140, monitor tower 118.1.
Get off the frequency just for a bit. And
Cap system test, okay.
okay, system test okay, then we can do that. Stop the clock on the blocks. APU generator is on, sorry, APU is on, generators are on. We'll put it on bus, we're 100 volts, 115 volts checked. And we can go ahead. Fuel shut off. Right, jetway, APU is on bus. Leave that one on for the APU. Okay. I guess we can leave it on APU since it's going to be such a short turnaround. Leave it on APU. We need to get refueled though, real quick, and then make our way out to Zurich. Scheduled departure time was 14:07 Zulu in 5 minutes from now. Lols. Let me just fill in the paperwork for the previous flight. So we came in 47 minutes block. 47 minutes, we came in at, let's say, 1400 Zulu. No, we came in at 13:55 Zulu. And the landing was about at, actually I should probably check. Just did the math, it was like 40, no, it was 30 something, 39 minutes. So, let's just say 13:47 Zulu. Let's go with that. 39 minutes on the flight, and we arrived with 4.25. We were scheduled to arrive with 4.093, and we actually arrived with 4.25. So, yeah, that's good. Use less fuel. I'll get there, but we're burning off the APU now and getting deboarded. Sure, I started the deboarding. There we go. Now it's unboarding, and we can actually turn the anti-collisions off now. Okay, sweet. So while it deboards, I'm gonna
Bye, thank you for
Load up for the next
flight.
flight. Set up via the load manager. And I'm gonna file it on PFPX, or sorry, on VATSIM as well. Gotta send that out through PFPX. So our second flight is Swissair flight 650. Service from here Zurich to Nice. Not sure what you're bringing me about there. Super loud out here. But looks good though. See how clean this livery for us. But yeah, Swiss 750 Zurich to Nice. Departure fuel is going to be, well, I guess I can show you what I'm doing right now. Boom.
Great job, gentlemen.
Thank you. Doing is setting up via the load manager. Okay, so we need 5,265 pounds of fuel, which is about 5,300. Let's just go with that. So we need 2,650, right? That should be enough fuel. 2,650. Math. Brain does not work. 5,300. Yep. Good. And then passengers on board. Let's see how many poor souls. We're carrying 148 on board. 148 on board. Poor guys. Shut them up. We'll fix that in a second.
Great job, gentlemen. Thank you.
How about if you split them equally? You happy with that? Yes, it is. Okay. 1924 in baggage, that is correct. In cargo, they should have 1230 in cargo is what we're carrying. Not much at all.
Thank you. You did a great job. Thank you for a wonderful flight.
That should be fine. And 2650 kilos. They're both. And that gives us
Thank you for a wonderful flight.
the weights as such, which I will note down on my flight plan that I have printed out.
Bye-bye.
So let me do that.
Bye-bye.
Actually,
Bye. Have a good one.
I got this all wrong. That's not the amount of fuel I need. That's how much I should have when I arrive in Nice. What I actually need is 9,200, which is going to be 4,600 on each tank. And that way,
Bye.
is not happy with their splits.
Bye. Thank you for a wonderful flight.
Oh yeah, it's more fuel than what each tank can carry. Never mind. We'll go with 4,000 here. Oops.
Bye. Have a good one.
4,000 here, 4,000 there, and 1,200 in the center. There we go. Oops. That should fix it. There we go.
Bye. Thank you for
And
a
I'll send it
wonderful
to the
flight.
sim. Okay, now I can write this down. So 148 passengers, check. Baggage 1924, checked. Cargo 1230, checked. Zero fuel weight actual is 53,761. We expected 52,372. So it's about 1,400 kilos more, but I'll note it down. 53,761.
Thank you.
And our takeoff weight is actually 62661, 62.661, and we expected 61281, so again 1,400, the difference there. Okay, fuel will have 4 plus 4, 8,000 plus 1,200, 9,200 on board. We need 9179, so that should be okay as well. We have about 20 pounds of extra fuel, all good. And set that up to the sim, click tick. We'll go ahead, before we do anything here, go to the sim, click reload CFG, and the load manager should put that all on board the aircraft, which it did, 9,200, check. And then we'll go ahead and request boarding. I'm going to do the refueling because the refuel trucks never show up for some reason for me, so let's go ahead and do a boarding. Get the people to come on board.
Morning. Hi, morning.
Takeoff CG was 12, we have that noted. Sign off on the operational flight plan, all good. And now I gotta open this up on VATSIM, so let me just launch PFPX real quick. Okay. Hello. So yeah, we were supposed to leave about 4 minutes ago. We were already late on that. See how late we actually will be before we get out of here. Already have the flight plan. I just gotta send it over, which is this one right here, 750. That's our flight plan route as such. Like I said, 9,200, 9179 in fuel, which is enough for 3 hours and 5 minutes. We only need 1 hour. That's our trip time. We were supposed to depart at 14:05. Let's see how when we actually leave. 14:20 was scheduled takeoff time. 235 nautical mile trip, or 350 nautical miles in the air. Loads as such. I already filled that up and signed it up. Signed off. Our route is Bebit 3 Whiskey departure expected out of runway 28 to Bebit, Tango 53 to Gersa, uniform November 850 to Odina, November 850 to Ivano, Zulu 185 to Bordy, and then from there to Bordy 6 Romeo arrival for runway 22 left into Nice. Level 290 for the cruise, 12 knot headwind and 49 degrees top of climb air temperature. Again, will be a bumpy flight, low ceiling of the clouds, but once you get past that, flying over the Alps, it should get all nice and beautiful for us once we are on top. Okay, what I wanted to do now is export that and send it to VATSIM so I can connect as that. Thank you for your follow club class. Welcome to the Aviation Hub. File the flight plan. Not a good change there. Good. Close the older flight plan and reconnect now as Swiss 750 on VATSIM. Let's connect, reconnect, Swiss 750. Flight plan fetched. PFPX can be closed. I actually just can check. Yeah, there's some turbulence at flight level 300. Down south here on our approach bit, but we should be much lower than that. By that time, we'll be like about 100-ish, and it's all fine there by the looks of it. Bit of bad weather off to our east. Some light chop, and same to the west. And this front is moving actually eastward, so yeah, it's moving in this direction-ish. Right now we're just in the middle of it, so it should be okay, but yep, get worse later on. Anyways, we'll come back to the sim now, fill in our FMS in the meanwhile while they board and get going. Turn, delete these. And that. I need my destination. Lima Fox, Mike November, and I also need my alternate Lima India Mike Juliet Genoa. Send and grab their weather, and meanwhile I'll look on VATSIM to see if anyone ATC is online at Nice. Oh yes, Milano radar is on, and so is Marseille control all the way down to Barcelona. That is perfect. We'll have ATC all along the way, hopefully. This is gonna be beautiful. I love things like this. There you go, this is what I was talking about. There we are, we're departing Zurich, heading out through Milan airspace, and then we'll have Marseille bring us down into Nice, and there's control all the way down to Barcelona, and up top all the way into Frankfurt, or Langen radar, and then München radar as well. And if Amsterdam came online, we would have a good connection all the way to UK, if need be, you know. It's pretty damn cool. Pretty damn cool. Right now, Zurich, 19 departures and 3 arrivals. Or, in total, 38 departures and 47 arrivals, rip. RIP on that. It looks like they're done boarding, so let's continue.
Please let us know if we may assist you. To expedite the boarding process, please be seated as quickly as possible after stowing your carry-on items. Take a moment to review the safety instruction card on your seat back pocket. Passengers seated in rows 25 and 26 are also asked to review the exit row seating requirements. If you are seated in an exit row, you may be required to assist the crew in an evacuation. If you are unwilling or have a condition which would hinder you from performing the functions described on the card, just please ask to be reseated. All cellular telephones and other portable electronic devices, such as CD players and laptop computers, must be turned off and stored for departure. Additionally, we require that all passengers keep their seatbelts fastened at all times while seated and any time
Tango
fasten seatbelts
5-3
for everyone's safety. Regulations
to
require
Gersa.
all lighted signs, placards, and crew member instructions. Once again, welcome aboard.
Gersa. And then uniform November 850. Upper November 850 to Udina. Oscar Delta India, November Alpha. And then from there, November 850 to Ivano. Echo Victor Alpha, November Oscar. This is an actual flight plan I picked up off of a Swissair flight. They do this route on an A320 regularly. And then Zulu 185. Only difference is they fly at above flight level 310. Normally like 330, 370 all the way up, because they're flew in an A320. With us being the sluggish climbers that we are in comparison with our old JT8Ds, we'll only be doing this at flight level 290. Anyway, Zulu 185 to board the, and boarding is completed. Perfect. Activate that. Execute. Perfinite fuel 9.2. Got our load sheets. Takeoff weight is 60.9. Zero fuel weight is 54. This is actually not correct. This load sheet is broken. This is from the previous flight, so I'm gonna close that. Ignore that. Anyways, fuel on board 9.2 and normal schedule. Zero fuel weight of 53.76. 8 rather. Let's go with that. This is a takeoff of 62.6, which is 63. Good. Reserves of we have is 1.4 plus 1.678, which is gonna be 3,100. 3.1. 135 is fine. Cruise winds 256 at 35. 290. And outside temperature, top of climb is minus 49. Okay, checks out. Transition alt is. Gotta check that out. Give me a second. I expect the Vibit 3 whiskey, right? So Can I get any other departures? Not to hotel, to echo. Doesn't work for those runways. Just verifying and picking the right one. Yep. Okay, should be good. P3 whiskey, and that gives us a transition altitude of 7,000 feet. There we go. Come back to that. Select our SID. And before we do, actually, we gotta grab ATIS and talk to ADC, talk to delivery, which is right now, if I'm not mistaken, being manned by our very own Seahawk. Nope, it's not. Switched. No, maybe I missed him. I just missed him. He sent me his schedule earlier. Just logged up 10 seconds ago, rip. Delivery was a mess. Oh boy. That'll be fun for me then. Oh, rip. Oh, welcome back, Valkyrie. Well, Seahawk, that's gonna be fun then for me. Right, let's grab those ATCs. So ATIS departure, ATIS should be, or no, it's 125725, which you have tuned in. Let's listen in.
Right.
Lolatawi. And I can't hear the controller because vPilot bugged. Let me restart vPilot. Should be able to hear it now, hopefully.
H9.
There we go.
Temporary visibility 3,000 meters wide. Snow clouds broken 700 feet. Advise on initial contact. You have information. Call. Report aircraft type. Initial contact with Zurich. Arrival. This is Zurich. Information. Call. Departure. Runway 28. Arrival. Runway 14. ILS. Approach. Transition level 75. Map. Report. Zurich. F time 1350. UTC. Wind 220 degrees. 5 knots. Visibility 5 kilometers. Mist. Clouds. View 1,100 feet. Broken 6,500 feet. Broken 9,500 feet. Temperature 2 points minus 1 UNH 996. Temporary visibility 3,000 meters wide. Snow clouds broken 700 feet. Advise on initial contact. You have information. Call. Report aircraft type. On initial contact with Zurich. Arrival. This is Zurich. Information. Call. Departure. Runway.
Alright, sweet.
2.
That matched up. All good. Mostly due to stupid pilots with no slot and had to mess around with the slot database, which crashed constantly, and there was morons with invalid call signs and shit. That sucks. Once you grab clearance, mention your slot time in the initial column. Okay, I will do. My initial slot time was 14:07 Zulu though, so I'm already late on that. But okay, let's see. Let us see. We are on gate Alpha 49 now, with Golf on board.
Good morning, 315. Good afternoon.
Just say you had a slot. Okay, we'll do. Zurich delivery, hello, Swiss 750 with information Golf type MD82 at stand Alpha 49 with a slot time of 1407 Zulu, requesting clearance to Nice.
Delivery, good afternoon, Infinity 124.
Infinity 124, delivery, good afternoon. Standby.
Infinity 124, information Foxtrot. Gate.
He told you to stand by, bro.
Request clearance to flight Frankfurt.
He told you to stand by. I see what you mean now.
Infinity 124, standby. Take Lufthansa 6, Charlie, connect 8 and 121750.
Yep, Atawi, that should be the case. We'll have a lot of warnings with engines off, so that's fine.
Good afternoon, advice to Sierra, stand Bravo 34, LSZH, information goes, ready contact appearance to Fuerteventura.
Fuerteventura, wow. Going far.
What station call sign on me, please?
And I guess he didn't hear me. I gotta call up again.
Otherwise, 212 Sierra, standby.
Standby 212 Sierra.
With 1576, contact 8750 for taxi.
Deliver 1573 for start up on Mike.
With 1576 for start up through, call 118.7 for taxi.
Start up approved 118.7 for taxi, Swiss 1576. I'm going to
And suddenly a 747 appears. I don't know what. That's cool. Zurich delivery, Swiss 750 with Golf at stand Alpha 49, slot time 1407 Zulu, requesting clearance to Nice. Just to be sure I didn't hear him say standby or anything, so yeah. Yep, said only 7.
Station call sign, please.
Swiss 750.
Swiss 750 delivery, good afternoon. Standby.
Alright, we'll stand by. Keep that weight going.
Advice 212 Sierra.
Advice 212 Sierra, obviously.
747 sounds good.
To inform you
747.
we need runway 16.
Probably gonna get this anyway, so I'll put that in.
Advice 212 Sierra, go ahead.
Maybe 3 whiskey.
Advice 212 Sierra, you're cleared Fuerteventura via the Ebert Sierra departure, runway
6285.
7025.
63. We'll use the wet since it's
Runway
light snow.
16, ready to Sierra, Fuerteventura, and please again the squawk.
Squawk 7025.
Squawk 7025, advice 210.
So 750, confirm your slot time.
Swiss 750 affirm, type MD82.
750, what is your time?
Slot time 1407 Zulu. Already late on that.
750, Roger. They get plus 212 to get a standby.
Rip ears. Hello, Miser.
220.
Oh wow, nice, from Bangkok. That's cool. 777 in Thai Airways 773. And my very first flight in the early 90s was almost from the same plane that, like you, the DC-9 from Swissair, from Geneva to Paris. Wow, that's pretty cool, man. You got to fly on the DC-9 and MD80s. I'm envious of you for that. But I'd love to fly on one of these IRL. But yeah, we're standing by for our clearance.
Okay, aircraft going for clearance, standby. Flying Bulgaria 492.
So yeah, there's top Swiss behind us now. But all the delays on ATC now. If passengers ask, we're gonna blame it on the ATC. Kappa. Our minimum takeoff is 8909. Wondering if I should just switch to ground power now. Turn the APU off. Save some fuel. Yep, that 747 is running its engines. So they're waiting for the push, or at least in my, according to VPOD, its engines are still running. So that's why we can hear its engines. That's so loud. When you have literally a 747 in your face. Yeah, they keep telling him to change and then rip, man. That's why I hate VATSIM for stuff like that. Anyways, we can go take off. I'm not going to do a flex for departure since it is snowing. 1.96 and a Cathay! Cafe! Okay, SID departure will probably be initial climb to 5,000. Let's preset that. We'll change accordingly as necessary. Heading will be runway heading and then heading 233 afterwards. So runway heading will be 274, sorry.
Bravo, you cleared Gatwick, flight exhibit, whiskey departure, runway 28, 46726.
Speed, we want
clean
maneuver 241.
726 CG, 39 Romeo Bravo.
241, 274, 5,000.
Cathay C82, do you require runway 16 or you're able to 8?
Clouding 11485.
We can take over really, Cathay 382 Alpha, and we can take a runway 28. Cathay C82 Alpha, roger. Is there a Cathay C82 on the frequency?
There's 382 and 382 Alpha. Okay, that's fun.
Sure, delivery, jump ground 65 Foxtrot, requesting the AFA clearance to align the
Yeah, I see what you mean, Seahawk. Waiting for that clearance is going to take forever.
Lufthansa calling for clearance. Your call sign again, please. Third delivery.
Connect ground power.
5 Foxtrot.
Yeah, probably should do that.
Connect the GPU, please. Stand by. Yes, sir.
Okay, Lufthansa 744, what's that?
Should save that fuel.
GPU connected.
Okay, good. Connect ground air, please.
Yes, sir. connect the low pressure air, please. Stand by.
Lufthansa calling for
Here
clearance.
comes pressure.
Vegas, full time, please.
Okay, checked.
Zurich delivery, German Sky, 65 Foxtrot, Gold Hotel, Yankee, 65 Foxtrot. German Sky, 65
We are on external power and ground air. Oh boy.
124, good afternoon. Sorry, ground, good afternoon, Infinity 124. German Sky, 65 Foxtrot, confirm your destination. Leipzig, Echo Delta Delta Papa, 65 Foxtrot. German Sky 65 Foxtrot, you cleared Leipzig via the Vegas to Whiskey departure, runway 28, Squawk 6732. Once you cleared Leipzig 5 rider runway G8, Vegas to Whiskey 6732, German Sky 65 Foxtrot.
This is fun.
UK 9 Bravo, contact 8, pushback 121.50. Confirm that UV39 Romeo Bravo. UV39 Romeo Bravo, affirmative,
Just run through some
121.75.
checks again.
How you put 121.750, thank you very much, TC. From there on, Bravo.
AHRS assignment
And
verified.
Cathay 382 Alpha, sorry, I need your runway request again with it 16 or 28. 16 will be okay. Cathay 382 Alpha. Cathay 382 Alpha, you're cleared Hong Kong by the
He
Vegas
gets his clearance
Peak
before
Airport,
me.
Runway 1646, direction 4703.
But he's a runway 16 departure. I don't get my clearance. What? He totally called up after me.
Cathay 382 Alpha, clear Hong Kong, yes, to Sierra departure, runway 167022. Cathay 382 Alpha, Squawk 708. 70. Number 7082. Negative 7032, 732. Okay, 7032, Cathay 382 Alpha. Ready to push back and start up 65 Foxtrot.
Should I call him up again?
7565 Foxtrot, communication 121.750 for push. 21.7.
Should I call him up again?
Push, jump sky 65 Foxtrot. Bye-bye.
Yeah, we're gonna do it, whatever. And delivery Swiss 750 still standing by. In case you forgot, just let him know.
750, just a second.
Okay.
Good afternoon, it's PG1.
Don't mean to be pushy, but I've been sitting here like 10 minutes now waiting for clearance. I contacted him first at 14:29 Zulu. 37 now, it's almost 10 minutes.
This, sorry, Infinity 124 delivery, good afternoon, stand by. Expect, Swiss 750, you cleared Nice by the Vebit 3 Whiskey departure, runway 28 for 7032.
Swiss 750 cleared to Nice via the Vebit. Oh my god. Swiss 750 cleared to Nice via the Vebit 3 Whiskey runway 28 squawk 7036. God damn it.
The 750 squawk 7033, 7033.
Roger, 7033 Swiss 750. I heard 6, but whatever.
The 750 is correct.
Alright, I guess we'll contact ground for the push now. We got our read back. Limit 3 whiskey on runway 28 just as we expected. All is good, initial climb 25,000. So it'll be a straight out runway heading departure until 2.3 from KLO 114.85, which we have tuned in on DME2. So right here. Once that reads 2.3, we will make a left turn to intercept radial 053 inbound to Vilasa 116.9, which we have tuned in. And then at Brego 5,000 feet at or above, then 554 6,000 feet at or above, 558 7,000 feet at or above, and then Vebit. 7% climb gradient up to 2,500, which is going to be for us 1,100 feet per minute climb until 2,500 feet. No flex takeoff. ART is auto. Takeoff is our 1.98 EPR is what we'll use. And we'll reset to climb thrust once we are past 2,000. Actually, we will reset climb thrust once we're past 2,500 feet until then we'll takeoff power and fly on the nav afterwards.
And requesting runway 16 for departure.
Departing runway will be 28. What do you call those? Flex. So we have 8,202 feet of runway available to us. Because of rejected takeoff, full brakes, reversers, and we'll stop any emergencies before we want.
Aircraft on frequency who have flight clearance sort of the way.
Above V1, we will go ahead and take the issue up with us into the air. Our current weight is above max landing weight, so we will have to request a hold to burn off some fuel before we can come back to land. This should be a departure brief, and we should be good to go, so let's go ahead and request push and start. Let's, before we do, switch the APU back on, right forward on, starting APU. Good amper on, and the skid actually will remain off until pushback. APU is coming on.
Since 1570 kilo to the A320 coming from the right. It's okay for low range, 160 across not to 8. So 160 continues straight ahead, stand Alpha 11. Straight ahead, you let it Alpha 11, just 160 next.
Okay, APU is available. On the APU we got 400 Hertz.
Charlie Hotel Bravo to a link 128.
All good, so put APU on bus. Turn that off. We turn
Charlie Hotel and Bravo.
Our mechanic to disconnect everything.
Clear to disconnect.
Get off intercom with him. Stay on ground 12175 and be ready for tower 1181.
So 1576 minutes to tower 1181.
Turn APU air on, verify 32 PSI, which is good. Or an engine start, and right pneumatic crossfeed can go on now. Let's request a push and start. Alpha 49. 747 is on, no, that's nice.
Echo, my apologies, I missed the last bit. Echo and then Echo 8, the roll shot of 1834. Echo 8 and then hold short 5.
Swiss apron, hello. Zurich apron, hello. Swiss 750, stand Alpha 49er with Golf, QNH 996, request push and start.
Confirm now, Swiss 750.
E firm.
Thank you. Push and start approved facing east.
Push and start approved, face east, Swiss 750. Okay, face east.
Good afternoon, Travis, Charlie Mountain, Altitude Hotel 1.
Guess straight pushback since it cannot face me
Very
east.
good afternoon.
It can only face me west.
Hold
I'm gonna start in before pushback, nope.
Continue Julia, hold short to
And it doesn't even give me an option to de-ice even though it's -2 degrees. Whoa, okay. Plane up there.
382 Alpha, sector 16, via Delta and Echo.
Interesting. What that idiot is doing. We have pushback facing that way.
Okay, for another good afternoon, Bulgarian Charter 3375, just vacated Hotel 1, requesting taxi to the gate.
Lock in the gear, okay.
Bulgaria 3375, hello, continue straight at then Juliet, hold short for it, wait. Continue straight ahead, then Juliet, holding short.
Good for your start.
Bulgarian Charter 3375.
Before start checklist. Parking brake set, pneumatic pressure check, engine ignition selector set to both. Left and right tank pumps all on. We can release the brakes. Anti-collision lights are on. APU air is on. Pneumatic cross feed right side open. Thrust levers are idle before start checklist completed. And we are off the blocks at 14:45 Zulu. Only 40 minutes late. Only 40 minutes late.
German Sky 6, 5 Foxtrot, 800. 35 Foxtrot, go ahead. Could you recycle your stroke again? 7034, we had an issue with another pilot.
And I will go ahead and start right now.
Roger, 7034.
Right start valve open.
For information, we have
N2, DGT, all pressure good. And N1 rotation good.
65 Fox, yep, there was a misunderstanding with the scopes, but it's good now, sorry. Oh, Roger, 65 Fox.
There's 22%, introduce fuel. And we got positive fuel flow. DGT rising, N1 rising. All pressure good, lights out. And we have generators on bus. Above 30. Stabilize, right stall valve closed.
And Alpha.
And we can stop the pushback here.
Right, 210, we got early 16. Right, 210, how you do? My apologies. So Mike, Echo, holding point 16 and Alpha.
Starting left.
No problem,
and brake set.
16, don't just wait it, the light. 210.
Okay, all pressure rising, N2 rising, N1, and EGT is rising.
05. British Air cross 34, then Romeo and Whiskey Joe 5.
And 20%. N2, bring in the fuel, positive fuel flow, EGT rising, N1 rising. All pressure lights out. Left generator on bus. EGT stable, N2 stable above 30%. Start valve closed. Engine ignition back to off. APU can go off. Supplies on. Engine anti-ice valves open. Automatic cross feeds off. Takeoff selected. Cockpit deny. Heroes on. Windshield anti-fog on. AP will turn off within 60 seconds. And after start checklist. And we got the hand signal. Left and right clear. Wherever he is, that side.
Correction,
hand signal received. After start, engine ignition selector off. Torpedo selector, captain side, airfoil engine anti-ice. Is on, air conditioning supply is on auto, door and theater checked off, hydraulic systems set to high, on, checked. Anti-skids can go to arm now. And overhead panel, check this parking brakes, rudder, and engine MES warnings checked. After start checklist completed, ready for taxi. We'll face east now, as the controller wanted. And then call ready for taxi.
29, take. Continue straight ahead. Sorry, no Juliet, and then stand Alpha 1-3.
Straight ahead on Juliet, stand
Okay, stop right here.
Again, Bulgarian 75 requesting further taxi to the gate.
Bulgaria 3 continue straight ahead.
No.
Then right on inner to stand Alpha 5-7.
Continue straight on to Juliet, stand the left to Alpha
Set.
5-7, brilliant, 375.
Flaps.
Right,
Flaps for takeoff.
Advise 212 Sierra, contact tower 118.1, goodbye. Alright, right, 1 to Sierra.
Got slats to take off. Wait for flaps to take off.
Charlie 65 Foxtrot, taxi, hopping point 1.
And flaps 15.
Echo Alpha.
Takeoff
And
selected.
crossing on
And we
the
should be able to arm the auto brakes. Free brake lever, arm.
Echo and Alpha.
Takeoff briefing completed. Aileron and rudder trim set to 0 and stabilizer trim set to takeoff. Cabin report, we got that being a lot long ago. Taxi checklist completed. Ready for taxi on inner, facing east. Zurich apron, Swiss 750 on inner east, ready for taxi. Inner facing east is what I meant to say, but whatever. Swiss 750 on inner, ready for taxi to runway 28.
Swiss 750, taxi holding point 28 via inner and Alpha.
Inner and Alpha to holding point 28 for Swiss 750. Brakes released. 1.1 EPR or below. And we are rolling, wait for like about 5 knots and then idle the power again. And that should keep us going. Okay, straight ahead on inner and then join Alpha, holding point, I guess Alpha 2 right now. Or 28. Just like that, off for another adventure. Got the weather radar on now. And upwards.
Infinity 124, Zurich taxi. Infinity 124, taxi holding point 28 via Charlie Hotel and Bravo. Charlie Hotel and Bravo, Infinity 150.
And about to take off. Ready, takeoff selected, all good. We are pretty much good to go at this point.
750, monitor tower 118.1.
Tower now for Swiss 750. Have a good day, bye. Right, monitor tower, so we will monitor. Well, I won't be coming back, but good luck with that.
Good luck with that.
Cannon 46 November, Zurich Tower, good afternoon, winds 210 degrees 4 knots, from 140 to land.
Runway 14 clear to land, K1 46 November.
Tower, hello, Swiss 750, holding short 28.
The 750 Tower, do you see that runway 28?
Line up and wait 28 confirm for Swiss 750.
Correct.
Line up and wait 28 via Alpha Swiss 750. Okay, just to be sure, he said it pretty quickly. Okay. Better safe than sorry. Right is clear, left is clear. Take the runway.
Seven 50 winds 210 degrees 4 knots runway 28 clear. Okay, great.
What?
750 repeat.
Swiss 750 clear for takeoff runway 28. Alright. The guy was speaking in between.
Infinity 124, Zurich Tower, good afternoon, line up runway 28.
Engine selector both. 1.4 EPR set. Brakes release, auto throttle arm. And takeoff.
4.5 mile final runway 14.
Rolling.
Runway 45 November,
Before Zulu.
Zurich Tower, good afternoon, continue approach number 2.
Check.
80 knots, cross check. V1. Rotate.
Positive rate. Gear up, please.
Gear up.
Cabin 40 November, located to the right by Alto 1.
Next to the right, Auto 1, Cabin 46 November.
Cabin 46 November, exit out please, traffic is on 1.8 miles per hour.
Traffic.
Yeah, we're vacating now, Cabin 46 November.
750 airborne passing
Runner
2800.
45 November. Runner 45 November Delta, 737 down to the Cape.
Okay, there's 2800. Set climb now.
Clear to land.
Copy, 14 clear to land, Runner 45 November Delta.
6750, contact departure.
Departure Swiss 750. Good day. We have 2.3. Yep, let's make that left turn now. To Brego. Send nav. Zurich departure, hello, Swiss 750, climbing 5000, Bebet 3 Whiskey.
Swiss 750, possibility identified, climb flight level 120.
Climb flight level 120, Swiss 750. Speed check, flaps up. Nav track, there we go, VNAV level at... But we can go up to 120 now. Arm that, back to VNAV, VNAV climb. And speed check, slats up. And the 7000's a transition, yep. That was a fun departure. There you go, 7,000.
Swiss 750, contact with radar 128.50, should reach you.
Swiss radar 128.0, and have a good day. Bye.
Zurich departure, good even Cathay 38 with you.
And there's Cathay. Swiss radar, hello, Swiss 750, climbing flight level 120 with a 3 whiskey. I'm on the wrong frequency, never mind, 128050. Swiss radar, hello, Swiss 750, Vivid 3 whiskey, climbing flight level 120.
office, radar low climb flight level 240, direct Alpha.
Climb now, flight level 240 and SIG in the direct.
Direct Alpha, Golf Echo Romeo Sierra Alpha.
Direct Gersa, Golf Echo Romeo Sierra Alpha for Swiss 750 and climbing flight level 240. Okay, let's engage autopilot about 10,000 feet. Lights off, and let's arm that direct intercept to Gersa. Execute. Okay, we are accelerating past 10,000. Exciting departure as usual. But I guess nicely done, I would say. And we went through the after takeoff checks, a little bit late, but let's do them anyways. After takeoff checklist, brake temperatures checked, and lights out. Landing gear up, lights out. Auto brake. Turn that off and disarm. Flaps and slats up, retracted. Engine ignition selector back to off, and we'll leave the anti-ice on just for a little bit while longer until we get past these clouds. Center fuel tank, we have fuel in the center today, so turn the center fuel tanks on, and make sure the speed brake lever is disarmed, red band not showing, check. And after takeoff checklist completed. Let's reset my altimeter to 1013 though. Also, gotta arm the 240.
We've got one defense flight level 150. These are Alpha 0 level
1013 on the standby as well. And 14.3 set cross-check to 14.4, yep. And it's looking beautiful as ever. Screechy loud engines, but looking good. Made it out of that overcast soup below us at 8,000 feet. See just about to make out the Alps off to our right. Looking real good. Swiss radar 133.4 for Swiss 750. Good day, bye.
Base 729, contact arrival 11 0.
Swiss radar, hello, Swiss 750, direct Gersa climbing flight level 240.
Radar, you go to identify. Climb level 290.
Climb flight level 290, Swiss 750, thank you. Okay, 290 armed, VNAV climb, nav track, and FMS on the EPR, controlling our auto throttle set and climb thrust is set, burning off fuel from the center. All looking good. Anyone said anything in chat? Nope. Just Autelvi's chronometer and toga. Haha, nice. Nice emotes there. Chrono and toga. Okay, so we took off at 13:56 Zulu. Well, liftoff rather. Started our roll at 13:54. Oh, sorry, 14:54. Just gonna fill that up on my flight plan, and then we'll verify that we are doing good on the fuel and all that. So 14:54. We were 34 minutes late. So we were 40 minutes late leaving the gate. 34 minutes on takeoff though, so that saved us some time. We were still running 34 minutes late. We just passed waypoint Gersa at about 10 minutes into the flight. Gersa at 10 minutes into the flight. We should have been at Gersa 11 minutes into the flight, so we're doing good there. Saving already 1 minute. And we should have had 7.9 tons of fuel on board. At Gersa we had 7.9, so we're doing bang on the fuel burn as well. So all good there. We set our heading bug to our current heading. Right about there. And now we can turn that TCAS tilt to normal. I mean, apart from delivery, that felt like a mess. It all worked out pretty well, honestly. And now we climb all our way down. And if you take a look at VATSIM, there's us, Swiss 750. We're in contact with Swiss radar 133.4. We'll be getting handed off to Milan shortly, 12745, so I'll tune that in. 127.45. And ADC all the way, like gate to gate, that's... I haven't had that in a while, that experience. So, excited about that. So Milan 12745 will be handed off to, and then from Milan we'll be heading off probably to Marseille, or direct into Nice approach at 13447. ATIS is on as well, 1296, and Tower's on at 1187. Which is cool, 5 departures right now, and a few arrivals coming in. With us being the first one to arrive, yeah. We're the closest one, so it'll be just us on arrival. And later on there is a guy coming in who just departed from Amsterdam, so yeah, still a ways away. That'll be cool. Right now we just fly over the beautiful Alps. 3 Mesh X there, along with FTX Global. Looking absolutely gorgeous. So just polluting the Alps. Super loud on the outside. Engines, yeah. Let's take a cool shot here. Get some nice screenshots for the Discords. Cool livery by Seahawk there. and really beautiful weather to be flying in, if you ask me. Like not below, but up here, definitely. Pretty damn good looking. Okay. Climbing 29 through 26. What are we doing on cruise? Wants me to do 0.73. We planned for 0.77 cruise, so I'll put that in. Screw econ. We want to do it faster. Just climbing it up. We'll do the next check at waypoint Degad. Actually, will I be getting handed off at Degad? Probably. No, the handoff point is Odina. Okay. And Swiss radar, Swiss 750 request permission to leave the cockpit here for just 2 minutes. Quick refresher break at the back.
I will send you to Milan a control plans and you can have your airspace. Is that okay?
Roger, we'll wait. Swiss 75.
Swiss 750, contact me. Radar presently 137.45. Still right?
Milan 12745, thank you. Have a good day. Swiss 750, bye.
You do? Thank you very much.
I need to go pee. I've been holding it for a while. Probably could have done that while we were waiting for our delivery clearance, but you know, he put me on standby, so I couldn't really leave because if in case he called back and I wasn't there, you know. I've been holding it long enough, I think. Let's contact Milan. Early handoff. We have traffic coming in at 31,000, just 2,000 feet above us. Coming in this way, heading the opposite direction, headed out to Zurich. Actually, no, heading to Stockholm from Milan Linate, where we just came from as well earlier. We just came from Milan, flew into Zurich, now we're flying back down south to Nice. All real flights that they flew back in 1994, Swissair did. Anyway, let's contact Milan. Milano radar, hello, Swiss 750 for level 290 inbound Odina.
750 Milano, hello, identified.
Continue on 290 and Swiss 750 request permission to leave the cockpit for just about 2 minutes to quick break in the back.
750, take cruise, report back.
Wilco will report back, Swiss 750. What's great scenery, thank you. Where are we going? Going to Nice, Justin's Nice, flying over the Alps. Just about left Switzerland and entered Milan here. Thank you for your follow. Pectas Dyer 44. Sorry, I'm bad with names. But yeah. See if you can spot that Scandinavian going past us. Should be right to our left right now, 2,000 feet above. Up, I see him. You can see a little bit of his contrail right there. There he is. Scandinavian 662. Sweet. Beautiful. Okay, we are in cruise, set cruise power. And I'll be right back, go to the washroom real quick.
Yeah, correction. Aviation 25 Romeo. Here to the battle for micro arrival. Expect vectors ILS runway 04 right.
Today, for the battle for Mike, expect vectors buffer rise and Romeo 35 Romeo.
Liner 7 Whiskey, welcome to Torino. Taxi to parking 57 Yalima, November, and Mike.
Taxi is now 507, line and then Mike, 7 Whiskey Whiskey.
Okay, back. Man, does that feel so much better now. Alright, we're still cruising at trying to obtain Mach 0.77, doing 1768 and 29,000. Check. Quick look at our progress report. We passed Odina at level 290 at 1515 Zulu, so that would have been just right now. Yep, just right now. So 20 minutes into the flight, give or take. We should have been in Odina 19 minutes into the flight, so that's good enough. We're like about a minute ahead now, and we should have had 7.1 tons of fuel on board. We have 7.3, so we're already making up on the fuel there. We are doing plus 0.2, 200 kilos we have saved according to our plan. Perfect. Now we're just passing right overhead Mike Papa Airport, just to the left of Milan actually. Get some music back on, and let me report on the frequency that I'm back. Milano radar Swiss 750 back on frequency.
2750, thank you very much. Planning descent to be at flight level 150 over Borby. And report ready for descent.
Plan flight level 150 overhead Bordy, and we'll call back for descent Swiss 750. Okay, sweet. 7, let's do that. Bit of music, and that's okay. 150 at Bordy, plan for that. So, arrival to Nice, we don't know what they're using at the moment, so let me see if I can tune into Nice ATIS 129.6. See if you can listen on ATIS.
This is Lynn, and from Lima, recording at 1500 UTC. Expected approach, ILS. Landing runway 04 left. Takeoff runway 04 right. Expect departure 6 Alpha 6 Bravo. Transition level 60. Wind 160 degrees 9 knots. Visibility more than 10 kilometers. Cloud view 1,400 feet. Broken 2,300 feet. Temperature 1-2.8. UNH 00995. URP 0994. Inform on initial contact that you have received information. Lima Business information unit recorded at 1500 UTC. Expected approach.
Alrighty, we got a master caution. Center fuel pressure low because we burnt off the fuel in the center tank, so center fuel tanks can go off. That is fine. Engine anti-airs can actually go off as well. So that up high here. And we're using runway 4 left right now for our arrival with information Lima. So let's plan accordingly for the approach there. The star, we expect the Bordi 6 Romeo. Yep, Bordi 6 Romeo is what we expect. And it works for all runways. Okay. Nice arrivals, Bordi 6 Romeo. Hello, good afternoon to you, my friend. Bordi 6 Romeo. And ILS 4 left. Transition will be from Neras left heading 270. Okay. No transition there. How about Neras, I guess? Execute. Put that in. And then on our legs page at Bordi, we want to pass it at flight level 150. I have the controller set, so we let him know once we're ready for that descent. Bordi at 190. What is it doing? Direct intercept to Inoba. Execute. Seems legit there. 150B. Calculate my descent accordingly, please. Doesn't wanna. Transition level they said was 606. 060. Forecast we have at 220, at 160, at 110 and 5,000. 050. Okay, at 220 we have winds 255 and 40. 258 at 38. 258 at 38. 261 at 35. And 255 at 24. 55 at 24. Execute that. Are you going to be able to calculate that for me now? Nope, still puts me at 290 by Delta 531, huh? Okay. Let's help that out, I guess.
Contact Roma 124.
There we go. That should help it now. Calculate my top of descent in 1550 Zulu. So in about 30 minutes at 188 nautical miles. And we'll just verify that as well. Go to plan mode. Step through.
Miramos ourselves in a microphone on the mother of afternoon, 535 0 view.
9411, Milano, you are identified by 7356.
Wants me at 8,000 at Inoba for some reason now. Okay, this is all sorts of screwed up.
Sorry, 35 Romeo, 13 flight from Houston.
Sorry, 35 Romeo, contact Rome 124.
There we go.
124.25.
Finally fixed. Top of descent in 39 miles. That seems more like it. Top of descent in 8 minutes. In 8 minutes we start descending. Right now we're over the south or northwest side of Milan, or Italy rather. Some bad weather below us and away. The next bad weather that we face should be further west of east. So we should be all good here for a bit. And our top of descent right after top of climb. What?
I have no idea which controller you should contact, but it's not. I would say from 1
Pretty sure that should read top of descent, not top of. Oh wait, probably is top of descent. Yep, it's top of descent. It was just VOR fail was blocking it. Oh, never mind. It is top of descent. Okay. Plan our descent accordingly.
380
So a briefing for arrival, real quick. On the board D6 Romeo 150 at Bordi, then heading 233 to 9 DME from Nice, so we should tune into Nice right now, 112.4. 12.40. So 9 DME from Nice, we make a left-hand turn heading 144 to waypoint Mikru, then from Mikru direct to Piram, right turn on a D35 DME arc from Alpha Zulu Romeo, which is 109.65. I'll tune that in now, 109.65. Not like we're going to do the DME, it's going to be Narnav anyways, but yeah, it's an arc of D35 from Alpha Zulu Romeo, Azur, and then right turn to initial approach fix, which is Neras. We will depart Neras heading 270 or hold there, but we'll probably have ATC guide us for that. And we'll get vectors onto the ILS for runway 04 left afterwards, which will begin at waypoint Lempu, at which point we should be at 4,000 feet. We picked the glide up at 4,000, which will be a 3-degree glide path all the way down to minimums, which is going to be today for us 210 radio, which is going to be at 220 feet. Barometric. RVR is 1,200 meters. We definitely don't have an issue with that. Visibility is pretty good right now at Nice. Actually, go back. Get rid of Zurich. There we go. Nice and LIMJ. Yeah, visibility is more than 10 kilometers, so we don't need to worry about RVRs there. A few clouds at 1,400, broken at 2,300. So we will definitely have visual by the time we reach minimums, but we may not have visual on the way in when we intercept the glide slopes. So it will be a an IMC approach, turn into a visual arrival in the end there, like normal. Runway 4 left expected, transition level 6060 QNH and 9er 5, which we have dialed in. And let's run through descent checklist since we're almost at top of descent. Approach and landing briefing, yep, there's the go with completed. MSA for us is 3,000 feet. In case of misapproach or go around, we'll be climbed straight ahead until 1.2 DME from Nice. Then make a right turn to intercept radial 117 from Azur, climb into 2,000 and then back to Neras and hold at Neras afterwards. controller just signed off for some reason. And we have traffic flying past us. Lufthansa 269er, a 777 going from Barcelona. DC emergency bus off. What happened here just now? I lost an engine. The heck? Is that a bug? I have no fire warnings. I got a good. The heck just happened? Swiss 750 radio check.
3750 Milano V25.
Okay, Swiss 750, we are ready for the descent.
3750, descent to flight level 15.
Descending flight level 150, Swiss 750. That was weird. That is very weird. Also, it should be descending now. 150 by Bordy. That is super weird. I'm having to use emergency power because my right generator, left generator has no load on it and it's not providing power for some reason. That is a weird bug. Yeah, if I go off emergency power, my generators are not working at all, even though they are on bus. The heck is that all about? Thank you for your follow, sir. Welcome to the Aviation Hub. That is super weird. Can I pull the circuit breaker, can I? Like accidentally clicked something? No? The heck is that all about? Might have discovered a bug. Yeah, both generators are working. Then what? Wait, what? Also, I won't be making 150 by Bordy. That is weird. Super weird. Thank you for your follow. I'll get you your name. 11803 Carl Grant, and then who else was there? Sorry, just trying to deal with the aircraft. It's bullshit right now.
Correction, approach 134.475. Bye-bye.
Nice approach 124475 or Swiss 750. Thank you for services. Have a good day. Bye.
750. Correction 134.475.
124075, Swiss 750, bye.
75 Zurich 134 134.475.
Roger, 134075. Hope I got it right this time. Oh. I'm all sorts of discombobulated. Let's get back. Nice approach. Hello, Swiss 750 MD82 with information Lima QNH 995 descending flight level 150.
Swiss 750 nice approach. Hello, identified expect vectors ILS 104 left. Descend and maintain flight level 140.
Descend and maintain flight level 140. Expect vectors for ILS 4 left. Swiss 750. Okay, this should be fun. Center feet to go check. Medium. Well, the speed brakes a little bit later, we might need it. For now, emergency power is unused left and right. Engine anti-ice is on since we are descending below. Vidostatics are on. We have power on the generators, but for some reason it refuses to power the aircraft. Totally weird.
So 750, turn left in 190, descend and maintain flight level 100.
Left heading 190, descend and maintain flight level 100, Swiss 750. 10,000 armed, right heading 190, or left heading 190, set. And we are VNAV descent. Okay, approach speed, that's what I wanted to set before everything went crazy there. Our landing weight is estimated to be 5.9 tons, 200 kilos less than current gross weight. So 59.6, which is 60,000 weight we'll use is okay. For landing, it's not raining there, so we'll use, and the winds are not that bad, so we'll be fine there. Set our speed bugs up for that. So min maneuver clean speed, clean is 235. Maneuvering speed for slats extend only 184, flaps 15 and slats 160. Again, maneuvering speeds and landing speed flaps 28 is 146, and that's what the bugs we have for down here. Just do a flaps 28 landing should be more than enough. 40 tends to float a lot more. Medium auto brakes are armed. Less frequency, not yet standby on that. We'll set it up later. Right now, we are still tuned into Nice. And actually, since we're getting vector, we don't need that.
750, reduce speed 50 knots indicated.
Reducing 250, Swiss 750. 250, please. A little bit of speed brakes to help out. Hydraulics on, high on, anti-ice is checked, auto brake is set. Flaps we have 28 for landing, is stowed. Trim set 100, we're descending to 700 feet to go. And I'll tune into the ILS frequency now, which is going to be 109.905. At a course of 43. Set. And we're doing less than 250 knots. Checked. Leveling off at 10,000. Airport is below us to the right there somewhere. Swiss 750 level final 100.
Swiss 750 turn left. Swiss 750 turn right heading 220, descend and maintain flight level 70.
Right heading 220, descend and maintain level 70. Swiss 750. Swiss 70 armed. Vertical speed, dial it down, right heading 220. And keep the speed as well. Good to go around there while landing. Hello, Remkov! A good friend, the man has returned. How you doing? Flying the Mad Dog, flying into Nice.
750 for information, I have an unresponsive traffic around the ILS, so I expect a slight delay.
Roger. Click, click. Wow. Classic VATSIM. But yeah, Remkov, we had a nice trip today, man. ATC all the way, flew in from Milan to Zurich. Nice arrival there. And then we did a second leg flying from Zurich to Nice, flying on the MD82 in Swissair colors painted to us beautifully by Seahawk. You can see the Alps just out there in the back.
750 descend in 4,000 feet, QNH 09905, takeoff out.
Descend and maintain 4,000 feet, QNH 9905. Swiss 750. 9095. No pressure. 905 set. And cross check passing 7,700. Now checked. 4,000. Let's go with a little bit of a steeper descent. The radar not required, terrain radar is more needed on this approach. Actually put terrain on that side. And this side as well. More important than the weather radar. But yeah, brace for approach should be a fun one. ILS 4 left, we have minimums 210 set. Frequency is set. 109.905 and 043. Speeds are set. And we're looking good. And a bit of speed brakes. At descent. Bit of an overcast, lucky situation below us.
Right heading 300.
Right heading 300, so 750. Right heading 300, but yeah, we got low clouds at 2300 overcast, I believe. 300 is heading selected. Yeah, broken 2,300. Nasty clouds there.
Je concept animal fan s'approche, bonjour, identifié radar, montez et maintenez niveau unité 9-0.
Okay, 700 feet to go. We get the ringer soon at 47. Boom. And 4,000 is armed. Thank you for the cheer there.
crochet direct Usano, uniforme Sierra Alpha Novembre.
Bien, Usano, uniforme, confirmé,
Usano.
Yeah, thank you, man. Thanks for the cheers. Sorry, I'm trying to fly right now, so a bit busy, but thank you. Appreciate that, man, and hello. Okay, pressurization 995. Set that up. Yep, it is set, and pretty much sea level. Brakes removed. Pressurization, hydraulic sets, cabin signs are both on. Altimeters and bugs set. Approach checklist completed. Next up, the final checks. And nice vectors straight onto the ILS there. We'll get onto Lempu at 4,000. All good, so let's start slowing down to approach speeds.
200 knots.
Speeds 200, Swiss 750. Yep, that's what I was thinking as well. Like, we're going a little bit too fast. Let's slow down. And he's told us to reduce to 200 as well. Hello there, Alf. How you doing? Hello, matey. Okay, we got slats.
Swiss 750, right heading 010, clear Dallas approach airport.
Landing here. Landing here.
Oh, shut up.
Landing here.
Stabilize the motion. Brace for that. It's gonna be cool. Doing okay.
Swiss 750, do you copy?
Say again for Swiss 750.
Swiss 750, turn right heading 010, clear Dallas approach 04, left report established.
Right heading 010, cleared LS4 left, will report established. Swiss 750. 010.
Stabilizer motion.
There it is. ILS armed.
Ligne 37 Alpha, vous avez Usano?
Pick it up. Still going with that CTP hype. Yeah, well, now it's March. You can break that hype. We should get our airports within a week or so. And that'll be fun. We'll know what we're doing. Localizer captured. Waiting on the glide. And 15 DME now on the ILS. Picking up the glide at 12.5. So in 3 miles, we should be able to pick up our glide. Let's set this back to runway heading of 43. And tracking localizer. Wait for that glide to start our descent. As soon as I pick that, I'll report established. Should be coming. Time now. Come on. Capture the glide. Should go to GS capture. Yeah, there you go. Glide slope capture and glide slope track. And now, Swiss 750 established. LS4 left.
Landing here. Landing here.
Swiss 750 contact East Tower 118.75.
East Tower now for Swiss 750. Good day.
Gear down.
1187.
Ligne 87 Alpha, contactez Milano Centre sur.
And we got visual. East Tower, bonjour, Swiss 750, 10-mile final, ILS 4 left.
Voice available. Yeah, type.
What was that? I have no idea what we just said. Oh, no, not yet. We're not approach flaps.
750 wind 170 degrees 08 knots. Runway 04 left, clear to land.
Runway 04 left, clear to land, Swiss 750, merci. Okay. Approach flaps, let's slow down to 140 knots or so.
Air France 65
Flaps 28 set, gear down and 3 green indicated. We can arm the auto brakes now. And probably should have turned those on. Okay, for that landing. Final checks, landing gear down, 3 green, flap slats 28 selected, and extended speed brake lever is armed, auto marker checked, auto brake selected, engine ignition set to both, engine overhead panel checked, and final check is completed. Okay, let's disengage autopilot, I'll take over and now fly this bad boy down.
Air France 764,
aircraft.
France to Zurich, departure Mar 6 Alpha. Runway 04 right, flight initial 130, squawk 5625, VATSIM.
Checked.
Clear to Zurich, via Yoma 6 Charlie, departure. Via 04 right, flight level 120 initially, and the squawk is 5265.
3 degrees should do.
25 contact.
Air France 564, with back correct, report ready, push up start.
Auto throttles are mine as well.
Report for pushback.
500.
Air France, Ventus.
Slightly to the right, correcting for that now.
400. 300.
Tour, up 9 of
Continue.
100. 50. 40. 30. 20.
And composite tour. Good afternoon, Swissair to Mike.
Down. That was a bit of a rough one.
Zurich, I already sent you a
And
text
nose wheel
message.
down to reversers. Bit of a heavy touchdown there.
I will have contact by right speed, please.
80 knots, disengage reversers.
Yeah, I already wrote Swissair to
Ouch.
Mike. You got already my text message.
Manual brakes.
Crossing Alpha clearance to Zurich. Information Mike on board.
Okay, let's vacate on Echo Golf. Ouch, my spine, yep. Sorry about that. Got a little bit enthusiastic there on landing.
Exactly, A to Mike, it's us.
Swiss 750 runway vacated. Echo Golf, request taxi to stand Alpha 14. I did not hear the controller at all. Yo, Stormy, what up? Lol. Perfect timing, Kappa. Is ground online? No.
Swissair 82 Mike, ready to copy?
We are ready to copy, Swissair to Mike.
Swissair 82 Mike, Air France to
DPU is
Zurich,
coming on now.
departure Mar 6 Alpha, runway 04 right,
The dark here in
flight
Nice.
initial 130, squawk 5625.
The Remcom, you should totally get this plane if you're still into flight simming once the shared cockpit feature for this is out. But yeah, the controller is super quiet. Yep, we are at Nice. We just landed at Le Nice. Just landed at Le Nice, did the 2 flights, all done now.
Swissair to Mike, report for push and start. Europe 139, bonjour.
Is my gate actually available? Alpha 14, no, there's another aircraft there.
750. Taxi to Tango 2, Tango 2 via Uniform Charlie. Gate 44.
Taxi via Uniform and Charlie to Gate 44 for Swiss 750. Uniform and Charlie to 44. Okay, I see where that is. Okay. Cool. 44. To turn all the sounds off so I could hear. But 44. Just follow me. Nope. APU. Is on, but will not come on bus for some reason. Hello. Yes, it is very easy to do a tail strike on this. You do not want to do more than 8 degrees pitch up on takeoff roads on this aircraft. Anyways, we make a left here onto Uniform now. Straight ahead till Charlie, make a right and then Gate 44. And idle power taxi from here.
We are Charlie 51.
We landed at about 54 or 5 minutes ago, so 1550 Zulu, I would say. Put that in on the operational flight plan. 1550. Took us exactly 1 hour, or sorry, 56 minutes is what it took us. It took us 56 minutes in total. Should have taken us 1 hour 10 minutes. So we saved some time because we got the vectors onto the ILS there, so we didn't have to fly the full approach. So that saved us some time. So that's good, but we are still right now 31 minutes late than our scheduled arrival time, thanks to us being late initially on our leg from Milan to Zurich, and then added to that. Yeah, added to that was the issue that we had on delivery. We couldn't get clearance, had to wait such a long time for it. But yeah, the controller is super quiet and everyone else is super loud on frequency. Not sure how to adjust for that, so sorry about your ears. But I noticed a bug or something broke in my plane. Like I have my engines on, my generators are showing, the left and right generator are showing correct voltages, but if I turn emergency power off, it just happened randomly mid-flight. I am not able to get any electrical power to the aircraft, and now I have the APU on, but still APU generators won't come on, so I'm not sure what that is all about. Let's turn that off once again.
Ready to push.
I'm not sure what that is all about. Some kind of weird bug. Must have been C. No, Seahawk actually disconnected from delivery because it was such a big mess. He was on break at that time. I think he's going back to tower now, but he didn't make us a beautiful Swissair livery. And if the controller is talking to me, I don't know, I can't hear.
Pushback approved, facing south,
Air France 2564 is this guy getting the clearance right now. Why does he need pushback? He just seems like a straight taxi out on the 737-200. Whatever. We'll go to our gate 44, which is somewhere right in front of this guy. France is there. The Swiss is going to Zurich. Dash 8, I'm not sure where he's going. But looking good, man. Just he's looking good. What is the last flight? Yes, it is, unfortunately. It is exactly 12A up. Nope. See? That's what I was worried about. Where do you think you're going, man? Seems legit. You could have waited for me to pass. VATSIM. SMH. Yeah, just go right through me. Why not? Pretend I don't exist. Goddamn Air France pilots. Every time. But yeah, last flight for today. We did 2 flights. Milan to Zurich, Zurich to Nice. Yep. I love VATSIM, exactly. This is a very much a seems legit moment. Very much a seems legit moment. Yep, Air France, rude. Respect my Swiss authority. Just because we're in Nice and you are home operator here doesn't mean you get the right to just drive through me. Come on, just wait for me to get into my gate when you could have gone by. Goddamn VATSIM. Okay, lights off. We got our marshaller up there. And right up to your face. Should be good there. Yeah, how will the jetway connect there, you idiot? Power back. This is fun. Absolute idiot. Okay, let's go ahead and go to intercom, parking brake set, request ground power since our APU is not working.
Yes, Connect the GPU, please.
Then we'll kill the engines.
And Swiss aim right, we are ready for taxi.
Get off its frequency, get off mode Charlie. Ground power is connected.
System test, okay.
And we got power and external, okay. Switch to external power buses on. Turn emergency power off. And let's kill the engine. This should switch to the external bus one by one. We'll verify by just killing one engine first. Yep. Good. Kill both engines.
Yes, sir. Connect to low pressure air, please. Stand by. Okay, here comes pressure.
So jetway incoming. He's a mean one in Air France, yep. Un moyen en Air France. And he just stops there. He goes all the way and then just stops there. Why were you in such a big hurry then? If we were just gonna stop there. Could have waited here. Nincompoop. Okay, jetway connected. Let's go ahead and turn on collisions off. And finish this flight, start onboarding. It won't let me on board, whatever. Start the deboard, open the doors, yep. There you go. That's open, we can shut the hydraulic pumps off now.
Thank you, good night. Thank you.
And on blocks, it's 1600 Zulu, 1 hour, 15 minutes. I'll just call it that. Oh boy, that was fun.
Thank you, good night.
Yeah, something's really up with my... I'm not sure what's happening. Like, left side avionics are just gone. Right side radio, we got right side. Even though both generators are on bus. Something got screwed up there. Not sure what exactly.
Bye, thank you for a wonderful flight.
Not sure exactly what it was. Cargo doors, yep. I knew that. Ah, oh boy. That was interesting. That was interesting. But hey, at least we're down. We are down, and had a fun 2 trips. First going from Milan to Zurich, and then Zurich down here to Nice. The controllers were good, traffic not so much. We had one unresponsive guy with an ILS, and another guy just taxied right through us. The tower controllers are a bit hard to hear. He's a little bit quiet, to say. And other than that, overall a good trip. There's a Swiss 82 Mike going by at Air France. And overall nice trip. We had ATC both ways all across. I was really happy with that. The Swiss ATC quality was pretty good except for delivery. But it wasn't really the controller's fault as much as it was the bunch of idiots that were on frequency not doing things right the first time. So the controller had to keep repeating himself, and it took a lot longer than it should have to do even the simplest of things. Other than that, really, MD80 good plane. Again, weird issue. I got to see what that bug was on our second flight. Just middle of our descent, we lost a generator, and then I don't know what was happening on electrical power there. Pretty sure it's a bug because it doesn't look like a failure. I was not getting any failure warnings. Just it doesn't work for some reason. Same with the APU. So not sure what that is all about. I do have failures enabled, but I doubt this was a failure. But overall, good trip, good fun, good ATC event, 2 flights completed. Thank you for all your follows, and Coley for the host earlier. Thank you everyone for watching. I really do appreciate that. And that'll be it from me signing off today. Maybe I'll do another stream tomorrow, we'll see. If so, we'll around 1200 Zulu, fly the MD80 some more. Maybe we'll fly for an event, I don't know. We'll have to see what's actually going on. But overall, good trip. So, good night from me. It's about 12 a.m. midnight, so I'm going to sign off now, get some sleep. And I'll see you again next stream. Bye.